All right. Gonna turn this off, and that could actually be a little bit bigger. It's not super important. But as you can see, I have a slightly modified sheet from the one that's already there. This is sort of what you have to do anyways. I don't know why the guy who makes the base sheet hasn't done this, probably just for his own sanity. I suspect that's why KRANIC went ahead and just made... Usually you just have human and Digimon, but every time he's updated it, I've made a new personal copy with all the stages down here at the bottom. This is on Google Docs, and it's linked in every single one of my video guides for DDA, so you can just go there and check that out. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, so for all of this, we're going to start with the Tamer. As you can see over here, I've got the book open. Well, book. I've saved it. I've saved the Google Doc as a PDF. And I have it saved over on my hard drive. Just for my own sanity, just for quicker reference, because Google Docs decides it wants to eat all of my RAM, actually. And I think that's silly. Because, yeah, it'll, like, eat... Because, like, even just this is eating up about, like, half a gig of RAM. Ridiculous. I've got, like, 12 gigs. My rig's kind of old. Also, if you... I don't know if you saw that weird orange thing. That's because I use the free version of Foxit Reader for my PDF reader. So, yeah. That's just how it is. Give it a few more minutes, see if anyone else hops in. Thing. I wish there was a widget that let me display what I was playing on iTunes. That'd be nice. Yeah, I use iTunes because I'm just... It works. The layout's fine. I like the layout of it. It's an older version. It's like... I'm like... Probably like 5 versions behind because... Really not interested in the newer versions. I've seen how they... I've heard they eat up a bunch of RAM and leak memory and stuff, and I don't want any part of that. I mean, maybe at some point I'll switch over to, what's it called? The one that all the audio nerds talk about, that can play, like, everything. But anyways, so... I have the skill option stuff set up. When you get to this, you'll have this, a human sheet, and a Digimon sheet, which will be set to the rookie or child level. If you have a preference for a different stage terminology, you can just go over here and pick whichever one. I prefer subtitled terminology. You can enable boss qualities if you're a GM and you're using this to keep track of a boss. I don't know what work in progress qualities are, but I don't think they matter. because the document's basically done, but those are a thing. Skill expansions refers to, I don't know if I have it bookmarked. I think I do. But there's a skill expansion, which is linked here in this cell. Oh, there we go. Actually, I can just, go ahead and... Oh, I didn't mean to copy it to clipboard. I meant to open it. That's okay. I will just go to it. As you can see, I've viewed it before. But this is the skill expansion. And I didn't really touch on it because it's not core content. But I might do a video on it in the future. Because I kind of like it. But you get skill options. These are just examples, apparently. Like I've talked to RKD about it, and these are just examples. But I like a lot of them. I also like some of the names. Like Last Surprise, I'm like 90% sure that's a Persona reference. Next Order is obviously a reference to the Digimon game, etc. You know, that sort of thing. Hacker's Memory and, you know, all that good stuff. And of course, Break the Chain. But these are all neat, and I keep them on anyways, just because I think they're cool. And if I ever run into their game, I'm definitely using them. But this has links to all, like, the other stuff that you need to play the game. And again, you can tick all these boxes. It has an export feature, actually. I don't know where that is, unfortunately. Is it here? It is not. As you can see right now, they all just say Digimon name. Sorry about the background noise. Give me a sec. Anyway. I'm not sure how to set up the audio mic sensitivity on OBS. That has been a problem until now. Anyways, so it says to export, use the DDA drop down above. See, I don't see a drop down as the thing. Hang on. Okay, sorry about that. I think that should solve the dog problem. So I don't see where the... There doesn't seem to be a drop down is the thing. Oh, wait a minute. I think it might be... It could be actually on the sheet. Let's see. And that did not solve the dog problem. Well, I can't do anything about it. That dog has not been trained whatsoever. Yeah, dog is basically just... Anyways, see, this is like all stuff that just needs to work. I don't see where the drop down is. That's very strange, because I know it used to have one. It's not here. This is the list of qualities, and you don't want to change any of that, trust me. See, I don't see where it is. There is no... I'm just gonna assume that feature just isn't here, but... It was a work in progress last I checked, so it might be in the middle of getting some updates. Because I do have a list of macros that I can... I'll probably link them in the description of my of the YouTube upload of this, actually. So, for the moment, we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So, Tamer. Normally, I'd spend a long time thinking about my character. You know, I'd want to know what the game is, what the other people are making, and make something fitting. But don't really need to worry about that here. We're going to assume Enhanced, because that's just the tier of play that I usually default to. We'll get back to the Digimon partner thing, because all of the Digimon are just called Digimon name right now. Let's see... Gonna need one of those. We'll get back to that in a moment. But I do have Wikimon open. For reasons that will become clear if they aren't already. So. We're just gonna, you know. Teenagers with attitude and all that. Male. Average height's about 5'4" in Japan, I think. 5'5", so basically like 5'8". I know metric is usually used. As for sheet color, we'll get back to that. Usually I just tie that to whatever the attribute is. So, let's see. So we can decide on, I think we can decide on a character synopsis once we've decided on our stats. Normally I'd go the other way around, but that's because I usually have other people at the table who I'm discussing with and who will have character ideas of their own, and we can sort of bounce ideas off each other, but not so here, so... I feel like, for an example, we sort of need to make a goggle head. That just sort of has to happen. Which means intelligence is going to be our dump stat, whereas something like maybe charisma and willpower will be higher, and maybe agility. You know, a little bit of Masaru in there, because Masaru is Chad and the best. So, I think, for starters, a 5 in willpower. Now, when you're doing this, you only want to edit certain things. Like, these boxes here, you don't want to edit these. Anything that's grayed out. Generally, you only want to edit, like, these columns. These are for when you get XP. And to factor that in, you tap this button here and go to rewards. And then you can go to this drop down right here, which actually you can't see that through the book. So I'm going to go and hide the document because this will make this easier. But yes, if you go over here, you can go over here and pick inspiration spent, rewarded, purchased, DP, and XP rewarded, which you need to do for some of the other sheets, which I'll explain in a moment. But for the moment, as you can see, I've got the auto special orders are on, so it gives you Tough It Out, which is one of the special orders, which falls into the actions category. So if you click this little plus sign over here, turns into a minus sign, unveils all this stuff, which is all the actions you can take as your tamer. So it tells you exactly what Tough It Out is, what it does, you know, that sort of thing. So it's a Gogglehead. This guy's a Gogglehead. He's gonna be the dude with the willpower, but he's not very bright. But he's got heart. So for the moment, we're gonna go ahead and put. We're gonna put a 4 in charisma, because you know, he's probably, if he's gonna be a Gogglehead, he's a leader, which means he's probably pretty, you know, pretty well versed. We're also going to be using a 22-18 split, which is one of the ones the book recommends. So 22 points on skills and 18 on stats. Provided we don't spend any on torments, which we might. So body should also be pretty high. He's probably not going to do a lot of fighting, but being tough and being athletic is also sort of a trait of a Gogglehead. A lot of them historically have been very sporty, so having them be good at sports, you know, not a bad thing. Our intelligence is going to be a 2 for the moment, since, as you can see here, we're at 13 out of 40, which means we have 5 points left to spend, at most, on attributes. But we're probably not going to, because I like having a dump stat. It adds to the character. It gives them a weakness, and I like my characters having a weakness, and speaking from experience, having a bunch of torments as a weakness, not a good idea. Really bad idea, in fact. Especially if they're super generic, or general. Not great. Don't do that. Let's see. So, agility then. We'll go and put a 4 in that. Well, we can't, actually. We have to put a 3 in that, don't we? Unless I've screwed something up, which I could have. Yeah, oh, it's loading. It's up here. I don't know if you can see it or not, because it might... Yeah, it's cut off by the, crop of the screen, but, there's nothing really important over there other than the share button and my, Google thing. So that doesn't need to be there. But there's also a loading bar. So now you can see we have 18 put into attributes. That's our cap. So we got a bit of agility, a lot of body, good charisma, good willpower. So next we're going to want to look at the other skills. So again, athletics, probably a good pickup. I think I'll put a 3 in that for now. Again, we have 22 points to spend. So with 22, that's generous, and I agree that personally the 18 stat, 22 skill is a good split. It makes characters a little more versatile and gives them a little more skill to sort of build their personality off of. Or the other way around, obviously. You can reflect your personality with your skills. Which is what I'd recommend you do in a group. But again, white room scenario here, I don't have any other people to sort of bounce this off of. Or, like, build my character to fit in with a group. Which is what I'd normally do. It's what I normally do when I play tabletop games. I build my character's personality and who they are to sort of fill in a niche in the group in that department. I play in a D&D game on Saturday. It's on rotation with a couple other games. But in that, we have a lot of sort of very... How do I put this nicely? I'm not trying to be mean, because they are fun characters, but I understand how some of the more serious-minded people, you're playing pretend with dice and your friends. I don't know how you can take that super seriously, but you do you, bro. They're a little bit goofier, so My character, I play multiple games on Saturdays, actually. Yeah. I have a Bionicle game in the evening with a system that I do the work on. And in the mornings, I have a 3-game rotation with 5e and a couple other homebrew systems. One of them is mine, one of them is a Ruby system. But the 5e game, I play the straight man of the party. My character is the more grounded one, who isn't particularly silly and takes things a little more seriously. Like, I'm not like grim and dark or anything, but my character's a slight bit less gimmicky, I guess is the term, because everyone else sort of has a thing, you know. And in a normal group, again, I'd be willing to fill in for that. Sometimes I play the straight man, sometimes I play the goofy meme character. Whatever the group needs, I'm that kind of guy. I'm also the guy who is willing to play the healer, which a lot of people aren't, which upsets me greatly. Especially in certain systems where healing is important. But anyways, yeah, so our character's gonna have... Yeah, our character here is gonna have, athletics, because he probably does sports, and that's probably gonna come back up when we get to his aspects. Endurance, yeah, he needs average endurance if he's running around doing sporting stuff. I might bump those up, but just for now, I'm putting points in to sort of establish, okay, this is what he's good at. Persuade is definitely going to get points. Alright, see now I'm getting an idea. I'm getting an idea of sort of how the character sort of works. Like, as I'm putting these, I'm like, alright, so he's got good athletics, good endurance, good persuade, he plays sports, he's got decent agility, why not put points into dodge, and then you can justify those points in dodge as, you can justify the dodge points as, him being, I don't know, I don't know enough about sports, but some sort of, like, if we really want to keep going back to Adventure in 02, he plays soccer. But some sort of sport and some sort of role in the team where he needs to avoid being taken out. He's the guy who tries to reach the goal or whatever. Like, you know, that sort of thing. Again, I don't know enough about sports, not my area of expertise. If it was, I would probably not be sitting here talking about this. Although interestingly enough, I was questioned as to why I didn't play sports in high school. Because I'm like, tall. But anyways, yeah, so I think dodge, make him fast. Maybe a point to stealth. You know, he's maybe a bit sneaky. Not like, it's not his focus. He's willpower's his focus after all. I think having a high bravery would be really good flavor-wise. The problem is bravery is one of those skills in the system that's not very well defined, and the thing about that, which is really disappointing, is that there's no real point to it, but it does activate a skill option, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know why what? That doesn't seem right. Wait, is that... Hang on. I need to go look at the skill document again. Let's open that in a new window. Right, so I'm very confused right now. Something seems not correct. See, and then I go back. Okay, that's the lot. Because, like, some games have EXP required. But the willpower should be break the chain, not that. So I feel like something on the sheet is broken. And I'm gonna hop on the Discord real quick and report that. Unless I screwed something up, which is entirely possible. No, I didn't. Okay. See, I don't know how the sheet's put together, and I'm not a code monkey, so I'm assuming, if I'm not mistaken, there's probably a code somewhere. Yeah, see, this is an if. So that makes me wonder. If there's another thing somewhere off the sheet that I can't see. I would suspect if I do this, it's fields and see if you look here, it's got fields and stuff, which makes me think something in one of these ranges is screwy. But I've pinged the guy who made the sheet and let him know that something's up here, because that should not be Fateful Intervention. What that should be is this here, the break the chain. It basically lets you reroll a torment check, I think. Yeah, so you have to have the special order. So you need five for enhance to have it, which, again, this seems to be a mistake. Where's the sheet? Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that to 5 and see if that fixes it. Because this should not say Fateful Intervention. This is... So I think it's linking to the wrong cell. Sorry about the noise. Just moving. But that should read Break the Chain, not Fateful Intervention. But, as we've established, our Tamer is brave, not smart. He does not have the big brain. So we're not going to put any points into Cipher Intent. Might put a couple in Perception, and that'll bring us up to 20. He's not going to be much of a liar, so Manipulate's not useful. I think I'll put another point into... Well, we might put a few points into Survival, since that dictates movement speed. Never really understood... I mean, I've had it explained to me, but it still seems weird to have it tied to Survival. I get they don't want all the combat stats being lumped together into one thing, but... I've always homebrewed it as otherwise, but we're going to go ahead and put our last 2 points in here. Yes, Fateful Intervention here should be Break the Chain. I've already pinged the guy who made the sheet on Discord and let him know the issue. So don't worry about it. Hopefully he'll get it fixed. But yes. For now, we've got our stats and skills. 18-22 split, as you can see here. And, so we got a few zeros. He's not super big on technology, and he's probably not very book smart. Our benevolent gogglehead is very, very brave, but not very, very smart. Which is probably going to tie into his torments. That says a lot about him, right? These numbers here, they may look like numbers at first, but they say a lot about the character. You know, having good body means he's in shape, he's athletic, he's got good endurance, he can tough it out in the wilderness. His survival, you know, maybe as a hobby he goes camping with some of his family or something. That could come up. That's, you know, that's an interesting detail. That could actually make it into an aspect of some kind. Well, think about that. You want to think about all these things while you're doing your character, because it's like, okay, really it should go both ways. I should say it should go both ways. Your numbers should represent your character as a person, and your character as a person should influence your numbers. So this guy is very brave and very willful, but he's also not that bright. And that could be a problem down the line. So we need to work those into his torments, I feel. And I think we'll go with those next, actually. So, first torment. We're going to call this one, something simple. Let's call it, Actually, I need to let those bake a bit. But if he's brave but stupid, then... Alright, I've got it. We're going to go with his first torment. And now, torments are something that's a little weird. So here's some examples, so that you sort of know how to format them. Because they're not just plus to certain skills. You write them in a way that they can be more generally applied. Oh, he needs a name. Before we do this, he needs a name. So I'm just going to pull up this Japanese name generator. Go for male names. Oh, look! A Masaru. Oh, see, that's tempting. But, let's generate some more. Something with courage would be nice. But, that sounds weird. Oh, I like that one. That could... Actually, that could tie into his aspects. Or his torments, even. Hey, give him a bit of a hero give him a bit of a hero complex. So, we're gonna go with the name Nakata Tsuneo, I believe that's pronounced. Again, I'm using subterms. And that means... I'm just gonna put that as the... So, these were gone for a while, and I got really sad, and I was like, oh man, KRANIC, why'd you remove the super titles, or whatever they call them? Because they used to be called, like, super titles or something. And that was really fun, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, oh man, why'd you get rid of those? He's like, oh wow, you really like those? Like, yeah, they were a fun little detail. I was like, oh, I'll just add them back. So we're gonna call him... So, Nakata Tsuneo will be our little goggle head here. It's not a tie, whatever, but neither was Masaru, and Masaru is the best. So, we're gonna make his first Torment Hero complex. And his name is... Yeah, so his first torment is a minor, and we're going to call it Hero Complex. He believes that he needs to save everyone, and that everyone needs saving. As a result, if he perceives someone to be in danger, he can be prone to acting out without thinking. Usually ending in a poor... or putting him in a dangerous situation. So, can I make this bigger, is the question. Can I make this bigger? Not without breaking it. No, I cannot. Okay. Oh, there we go. No, I wanna expand. Okay, I can't make it bigger, but, yeah, once you put it on, like, a Roll20 sheet or something, it'll fit. So that's our first minor. And we'll get back to the other one once I've had some time to stew. But for his major aspect, I think we can also tie that into it. Well, his major should actually, I think, it could go either way. I think since the hero complex is his torment, for his major we should tie it back into the sports thing. I'm gonna... Huh. Right. I should probably... Alright. So, his major aspect will be go for the goal. It ties back into him playing sports, and as a result, he's good at things that have to do with athletics. In general, not the... I didn't capitalize it, so it wasn't a specified one. But, you know, so that makes him have better... I should probably rephrase that, act. Yeah. So, this one would probably give a bonus to things like athletics, feats of strength, maybe survival in certain situations. But it would give but if you're going to take the negative on it, the negative would come out whenever he's super focused on a specific goal. So he basically gets tunnel vision. And when it's important that you play that up. So let's say he sees a Dramon that's about to get crushed by a rock, and there's not much, or a falling tree rather. That seems a little bit more likely. In that case, rather than rolling the positive, he'd take the negative to check for any sort of traps or anything. So that would probably be a penalty to decipher intent, perception, maybe even dodge when used as a skill. You know, maybe he's so focused on saving that Dramon that he doesn't notice that something else is giving out above him and is about to land on his head. And so if he tries to make a dodge check to avoid it, he takes a -4. Which could really suck for him. But it's a good trade-off, I feel. It's also very similar to one I've already used. Again, this is an example character, so I'm not too worried about that. I have some other ones that I've already done that I might show off. But this is just for the purpose of sort of showing off how the sheet... So, again, when editing this, you just want to edit this box specifically, and this one. You don't want to edit this, because this is already predefined and shows which torment, or aspect that is. This drop-down lets you pick what kind it is. Ugh, forgive me. This lets you pick what kind it is. So, for your torments. And then if you click this... it'll show your torment boxes, and you can tick them off and say how you tick them off. And then go over here and edit the rewards and stuff. Appropriately. Yeah, so that's one minor on his part, and we're gonna get back to that. So his minor aspect needs to be something about him that's not immediately obvious. And I think tying that back to the survival thing would actually be pretty good. I'm gonna name it, I'm tempted to think of something like Not So Happy Camper. He enjoys wildlife, but, Oh, here we go. Oh, I've got an idea. All right, so. Camping isn't rocket science. I can't spell words. So, camping isn't rocket science. That is his other aspect, his minor one. We've established something about his character, that he goes camping with his uncle from time to time, and that he has a good sense of direction and a wealth of survival knowledge, which explains his pretty good survival score, which we actually might... It might be worth it, actually, to drop a point from endurance, I think, and put that into survival. Just to sort of make it a little better. Which will bring it up to +5, which is okay. That's not bad. So he's got some survival knowledge, but he views things like computer science and history as unimportant in everyday life, because knowing how to cook is more important than knowing where the technique came from. So he slacked off in studying, so... Whereas he might get a bonus to perception or survival checks, he would take a penalty to computer or knowledge checks. That sort of reflects that he's not that smart, and I kind of love that. Honestly, I like playing dumb characters. One of you all mentioned the Bionicle game, and I play a not-so-bright character in that one, and he's really fun. So, I'm just saying, there is something to be said for characters who are not exactly bright, but very brave. Those are fun characters to play, but you have to be careful with your recklessness. You don't want to endanger the rest of the party. That's my rule. There's stupid, and then there's suicidally stupid, and you don't want to be suicidally stupid. Your character should still have a basic sense of this is dangerous and I should not get involved, unless they've been set off with, like, a torment, in which case they're not thinking rationally, so they're going to do something dumb. So normally he wouldn't get too involved, but if it's super dangerous and somebody set him off and his hero or somebody else is in danger, this guy would have to roll his torment check to see if he can think rationally enough to not just rush in and try and be the hero. Which will lead us into his other torment. Which I think could also tie into the other thing, sore loser. Alright. So his second minor torment is going to be sore loser. He doesn't take losing well, and at best he's frustrated and unwilling to cooperate with others, so you know that he's off grumbling about how he lost and how he shouldn't have lost and all that stuff. At worst, he might get really mad and start insulting the winning party, which could backfire spectacularly. At absolute worst, it could just see him yelling at somebody, and if that other party's a Digimon, that could put him in a lot of danger. So, yeah. We've got a character who's, you know, pretty proud and pretty full of himself, but he's not a bad guy, he's just got a bit of an ego. Because he's still, you know, he's got Persuade, so he's not like, you know... You don't want to make an Atsuya. That was the first character I ever made, and boy howdy was he a pain. He was not fun to play. As nice as everyone else in my group is, I'm like 90% sure nobody else enjoyed him at the table. If they did, fine, but... I've talked to some of the other players, and it's been like, yeah, everyone in that game was kind of screwed up. So... trying to avoid that here. He's a good guy and he means well and he's generally pretty nice, but if you beat him, he might stop being nice. He'll probably feel bad about it later though, because that's just the kind of guy he is. So that basically sums up our human. So we need a character synopsis. I think we're gonna finish the Digimon first, though. It will help if we have an idea of what the Digimon is. So, Digimon, right? They tend to be either complements or contrasts. And we're going to start with the child level, because that's just generally the starting stage that I prefer to go with. And for that, we need to hop over to Wikimon. Now, I considered going in with random, but now that I've already got a soccer-playing gogglehead, I've got some ideas, but let's just see if I can... Where's the random page button? We're gonna go ahead and open that in a new tab and see where that takes me. Okay, that is not a... I need to keep going until I get a child level, I think, or like an actual Digimon page. Alright. This is not conductive to a good experience, but that's something you can do. I need to go to... I'm gonna go to Agumon real quick, just so that I can go to the bottom of the page. And... where's child level Digimon? Alright, so Wikimon is a good resource and has a massive list of Digimon. Like, it's got all of them. Yeah, oops, all Agumon. I considered an Agumon. I considered a Vmon too. And I might go with the Vmon, but this character is already so similar to Davis or Daisuke if you watch the subbed version, that I feel like going with that would be a little on the nose. It might be a little... It's like... Davis is cool. I like Vmon. Vmon is one of my favorite Digimon. Just being honest. Agumon and Vmon are up there. Bearmon's not actually a bad idea. Yeah, I think Bearmon might work, but I'll have to think of a line for it. And, I mean, there is the canon line, which leads into Grismon, but... The thing is, Bearmon... There's not a lot of bear Digimon, is the thing. I don't know why he turns into Dukemon. See, that's one of the things about Digimon, right? They can turn into just about anything. So, like, he can turn into all sorts of stuff. I could. See, right, so one idea I had was, so the thing is, right, with Vmon is I want to show off some of the weirder abilities. So I think I might just go with Vmon anyways. Bearmon's not bad. He doesn't get enough love, honestly. He was in Digimon World 3 and basically nothing else. I think he was in some of the DS games. But I think Vmon... But I think Vmon might work the best just because I want to show off mode change, and that's a thing the sheet can do, and I feel like I need to be able to do it. Oh yeah, Masters. So we're gonna go with the Vmon. Just for the sake of mechanics, because I want to show off how the mode change on the sheet works. And I think you have to take mode change for it to work, because I know there used to be a thing for it. Oh, here we go. Mode change. Here you can set up a thing. I don't know if I need to set up another stage or not, actually. I'll look into it. But now we have a color, so we're just gonna make the sheet blue. And we're gonna go over to Vmon sheet and make the sheet blue, because that works. So the line I'm thinking is Vmon into Flame Dramon and Ray Dramon with mode change. Because we're assuming here that the GM is not allowing any sort of more esoteric evolution. So if the GM allowed slight evolution, you could just have both of them as alternate champions. But we're gonna get a little crazy, so bear with me. I'm not gonna go the straight Pale Dramon route. But we are gonna end in Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. That is gonna be the Super Ultimate. So if you just double-click this and paste the link for the image, we're gonna go ahead and change the name here to Vmon. I could use the Japanese spelling, but it seems silly. So, with a character whose partner is a sore loser and not exactly the brightest, it might be fun to play against type with a Vmon and have the Vmon be the rational one. The Vmon is... he still likes to fight. It's... generally, they'd say... I think we're going to lean more into the strong sense of justice rather than the prank-loving personality. Where he has a strong sense of right and wrong, and tends to be the more serious of the two. Which makes the... yeah, well, that could work, but again, I want to show off some of the mechanics here. There's a lot of Digimon that could work, but Vmon is just the easiest one to go with a mode change for. Because Imperial Dramon has mode change in the show. So, and in a lot of other media, like even in Cyber Sleuth you can mode change. So, but Bearmon would be a good alternative, actually. If you're not going for the mode change thing, Bearmon would be a good alternative. So that's another one. There's a lot of options you could go with here. Vmon is just here for mechanical convenience, and also a little bit of a twist on the usual Vmon formula where he's a complete idiot. We're going to have him not be a complete idiot for once. Especially as he gets higher, his brains is going to go up, and he's going to be a bit smarter. But we are going to focus on accuracy, so we're going to name him... I can't think of a title off the top of my head. We'll get back to it. But for now, we go over to the type. He has been everything. We're going to make his Tamer... oh, right! We need to go back to the human. And his Digimon partner is Vmon. And now that we've done this, we can change the base form to Vmon for everything else. And I'll explain what that does in a bit. But yeah, so I'm going to show off mode change a bit, because mode change is really cool. Oh yeah, this sheet is amazing. Shout out to KRANIC, who made this sheet. It is so good. I love it. It just has everything you need, but you go over here and go to the other stages, right? And where it says base form, if you set them to Vmon, it will gray out all the bonus DP boxes here eventually. It's gonna take a while because, I mean, it just Google Sheets. That's just how it works. I'm gonna go ahead and hide this. Yeah, it's just so much. It does everything you need. So the bonus TP here is, once you earn bonus DP, you can put it in here and it'll auto-calculate on all the other stages. And then you can change the base form if you want to something else. And it's super easy to use. So he is a small dragon. And his attribute is free, because Vmon. And his field is... he's been just about everything. For the sake of this, however, we're going to make him Dragon's Roar. Because he can be just about anything. I can't really show it to you because of the size of the window, but... bro, trust me. It's off screen over here. Wikimon has a big list. I'm just gonna drag this over behind the chat real quick, and... oh, that fixed it! Okay. That's much better, actually. I will take that. I will just do this, then, and that will solve my problems. There we go. And you can also see all my stuff here, but I don't really care. But yeah, see, if you look over here, he's got, like, Dragon's Roar. He's just got everything. He's been everything. Because he's an adventure character. He's one of the anime Digimon. But, he also has a ton of attacks. Yeah, he's been Metal Empire. Mostly because of stuff like Pale Dramon, I'd reckon. I'm gonna go ahead and close the skill expansion. Save myself some RAM. Right, so... our little buddy here has 2 attacks. Well, technically 3, but, you know... all Digimon have a basic melee attack that they can always use. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to make him melee focused. So we're going to give him charge. And we're going to make his first attack. That's not... so you go over here to the attack name. Hit... oops. Double click. Put in the name. And then you click here. Vmon. It's not always a must. You don't need charge on everything. But for him, and almost every depiction where he uses V headbutt, he charges. He launches himself forward and basically rams somebody. So we're gonna go ahead and... oh right, I've got it set to auto buy qualities. So it will put charge down here, and I just put 1 rank. If you have it, it automatically purchases qualities you put in there if you don't put them in here. Yeah, same. I don't know. I'm very melee focused. Like, I'm leaning into a willpower character myself. Whose whole gimmick is Berserker and if getting crazier and crazier, and then it ends with a Skull Greymon turning into a Minervamon who is just completely crazy. And the long end game joke is going to be, wait, you were a girl this whole time? Because the rest of it's all dinosaurs and skeletal abominations. You would never know. And just, that's the joke. Just sort of there. But we've got close combat, because close combat's good for melee. We also want to look at, oh, what's it called? Nature Walk, right? We're going to give this little dude Nature Walk Fire. Because Nature Walk is a free quality on all stages. Your first rank is free, and it's a nice little ribbon ability. Oh, right. Is it not showing the script? Oh, it doesn't show the descriptions. That's annoying. I'm going to click the thing to show the descriptions, because those are good. I don't know why it doesn't show them by default, but that's okay. Anyways, and obviously the other attack will be, well... I don't like my Digimon not having a ranged attack. But he's got V-Shot, so we'll give him a ranged attack. We're going to make it so he spits a ball of blue-white fire, and we're going to make him give it a ranged attack. I don't think, personally, I would not advise having a Digimon that only has one kind of attack. Especially unless they're ranged, because then they can still do melee, right? Because of the basic melee attack. So, but having a ranged attack is always kind of nice. But Nature Rock Fire is free, so giving it means he's resistant to hot temperatures and gains +2 to damage when in areas of fire. So that's gonna come in handy in a little bit. We're probably gonna go with Metal Empire for the next one though, just for reasons you'll understand when I get there. So he's gonna start melee, right? But that's gonna change real quick. But charge attack with 2 points of DP, the book recommends up to 5. So, I mean, what would I buy? I guess Instinct. Yeah, you know, we'll buy a rank of Instinct. That's always nice to have. Instinct's good. Instinct's a nice pickup. It's cheap, and it's basically getting 2 points in your stats and another bonus to movement for 1 point, and it's a super good value. You can't take weapon with it, which kind of sucks, but +1 to dodge, +1 to health, and +1 to your base movement is really good. And with that, that's only 3 points. Well, that's only 3 points, so why not? I think not. We don't need to make him that stat heavy, but I'd like to get him some more qualities. I don't know. Vmon's a very bland Digimon. There's not a lot you can do with him, which is ironic because he's got a lot of potential evolutions. Why not make him a little faster? We'll grab a rank of Speedy. That's only 1 point. And I'm gonna head over to the document and see if there's any other cheap 1 point skills I might be able to grab on him. I've already got close combat. I could grab Jumper. That wouldn't be bad, but it's also, I don't know. Let's see, what else could he get that's 1 point? Something that fits a Vmon. There's not a lot of 1 point qualities, so nothing saying I can't take another rank of Speedy. That might be worth it. You know what? I'm gonna actually spend a point to take Improved Derived Stat Brains. And we're gonna make him smart. He's gonna take a rank of Improved Derived Stat, which now trains his skill, which means since we're gonna be putting points into accuracy, that's good, because now he's gonna be able to make better brains checks. And he is supposed to be the smart one. Alright. So, with that, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We purchased 5 points of qualities. So we're going to spend the other 20 on stats. I'm going to start with 3 in... No, I want a 1 in health. No, not an 11, a 1. Just give me a 1. There we go. 3 in accuracy, 2 in damage, 2 in dodge, 2 in armor. 2, 4, 6... that's 12. That's 14, okay. I can't math. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10, yeah. So we've got 10 points left, which is good. That's solid. So, for the next 10, I'm thinking, if he's gonna be... Right. So here's what you need to remember. you want to make sure your stats at all your stages are roughly the same spread. You can vary it, you can mix it up, but generally speaking, it's best to make sure that the stats are the same. And that's just how it is. That's how I'm gonna do things. His dodge is already pretty good, so we're gonna put a couple more points into damage, a couple more points into accuracy, a couple more points into armor. That's 6, which leaves us with 4 points. So we're going to put... I think we're going to put 1 into dodge and 2 into health. And see, I think that leaves us with 1 point left. So health is not going to be a huge focus. But instinct will make up for that, ultimately, in the long run. I've got to wait for it to save and stuff, so it's going to take a minute. Yeah, so I have 1 point left, and I think I'm going to go ahead and put that into accuracy, just so I can get my brains up. That will boost my brain score. So, he might not be the toughest little guy, but he can hit. And with the high accuracy, with 8d6 accuracy on his melee attack, with a charge, that's pretty good. It also keeps his range from being too bad with 66. So, you know, pretty good. Solid. Good rookie. Moving on. Now things get crazy. So, right. So, first things first, we're going with Flame Dramon, not X-Vmon, because X-Vmon's boring. Or V-Dramon, because, well, I'm in that weird minority who has... I've read V-Tamer, and I'm just not a fan of, like, the design of V-Dramon. He's just fat X-Vmon. So go ahead and copy the image link here. But also, trust me, I've got plans. So we're going to go ahead and paste here. And we're going to change the name to Flame Dramon. I know it's Fladramon, but that's... nah. So we've got Flame Dramon, right? So, unlike our last Digimon, this guy's going to be mostly ranged. And going to be kind of quality heavy. Which is going to suck at first. Quality heavy Digimon tend to have a rough time of it early on, until you can boost their stats. But, with 40 points, we can make do. So, we're going to go with Knuckle Fire as his main move. Knuckle Fire. Flame Dramon. So we want this to be ranged. We are going to take Instinct again. This time, I think we can take 2 ranks because we're a champion. If I'm not mistaken. Yes, I am correct. So we can put another rank of Instinct in. Always a good pickup. Good. So then we're gonna go with Range Striker. Okay, and we're also for this we're gonna go with Nature Walk Steel. That's 3 points on qualities already. But we're not done yet. We want Flame Shield. Now, we can say ranged support. Now, rather than Flame Shield being like an actual fire attack, we're going to go for a ranged burst shield so that Flame Dramon can protect his allies. with the shield effect. It's a small burst radius, sure, only 3. Well, it's 4, apparently. So, yeah, that's not that bad. Then you see the close blast. No, that's close blast. Burst radius is 3. So that means it's 3 in each direction, which is good enough. You know, you can probably get all your friends in there. And that's going to go up as we boost accuracy. So don't worry too much about that. So we have 5 points left. Well, actually we have less than that because I haven't put the thing for the burst. But that's okay. We won't range striker. For the third attack, again, we don't want all one type. So we're going to have, I'm going to call this Claw Express. And this is a melee damage attack. Now we could go with a blast, which would also affect him. But I think burst makes more sense thematically. Like, it just works better with how Flame Shield is usually depicted. That's just how I build Digimon. You could swap out burst here for blast and then just drop it on your friends. There's versatility there. That's what I like about this system. So you've got melee. Accuracy is going to go up, so we don't need to worry about that negative 1d6 for the moment. But I think that covers all our bases. I think we're just... No, we still have 5. Okay. So we still have 5 points to spend on qualities. I think... You know what might be good? You know what we could do? Why don't we just throw the burn effect, actually, on this? We'll throw the burn effect on Knucklefire. That's another couple of points, I think. 2 or 3. And it'll add it down here. It might not always go off, but it might be nice to have, you know? Yeah, burn is expensive, but it's a really good quality if you can apply it. I think we're gonna go with, and I think we can top it off with a rank of improved derived stat brains. Oh, we got one more point. Speedy. Why not? Being able to keep your distance is important on a ranged striker. And it will also... Oh, right! Hang on, I was gonna do something else. I need to, amend this. Give me a minute. I completely forgot what my gimmick was gonna be here. I went to Greg mode. I'm sorry, this is just how I build Digimon. We're gonna want to go here and go... Take a rank of mode change. Now, Now that I've purchased mode change, I need to go over here. And I can't tick that box, but I have mode change. And I don't know if it's going to let me swap over. Yeah, see now it's so for the mode change, we're going to use light Dramon. Yeah. I don't know how to change the mode change. Can I change to... I want to see if I can do that. Okay, something's happened here. And I don't know what has happened here. Alright, so something is not happening right here. And I don't know what's happened. The sheet has exploded. This... Okay, that's not right. That's normal, but where's the button for... Is there a drop down for mode change? Here we go. This is what we want. Okay. Now we've got it. Okay. Alright, so to do mode change, you have to go down there. It's changed a lot since the last time I tinkered with mode change. So you do mode change here, and mode change 1 lets you swap armor and damage. Armor and armor with damage. There we go. So we have a rank of mode change. Which still leaves with 1 DP for qualities. Alright, good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and swap this out for we're gonna go with the improved array of stat brains. Just to go with the theme. Oh, I don't need to do this. Okay, I see what's going on here. My bad. Alright. So you just need to change 1. If you do this, it'll auto-swap it when you change the forms. So if I go over here... and I click on Light Dramon... pick the mode change box. Well, auto-ticks, okay. So if I switch the mode change... it will automatically swap over to Light Dramon. But what I need to do... yeah, I don't know what this is doing here. This is something fishy's going on there. But I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. So again, we're going to go look at the child and just copy the base from that over. 36434. Three. There we go. So 3, 6, 4, 3, 4 is the same stats as Vmon, right? So with that, that leaves us with 10 more to spend. So we're going to go ahead and we need to boost damage to 6. We're going to make sure damage is a bit higher so that we can inflict burn. Also accuracy needs to be higher. And boost that by 1. Health and dodge are gonna be our weakest stats, which means when we get bonus DP, we need to spend the bonus DP on those. But high accuracy and damage with lower armor means that mode changing over to Dramon will allow you to make up for that. So you get a little more versatility at the cost of a point of DP. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and update the rest of this while I'm here. What is Flame Dramon? Dragon Man. Flame Dramon is a Dragon Man Digimon. Free type, and we're gonna say they're Metal Empire, for reasons we'll get to in a minute. Right, so I've got 3 more points, and we're going to boost these both by 1, and then put another point to dodge, because don't dump dodge. Alright, so here's my turn to give you a rant. Don't dump dodge. Do not dump dodge. I have played with somebody who dumps dodge, and they dumped dodge, and then their Digimon got 2-shot at a boss later in the game, and brushed with death like a billion times. Yeah, never dump dodge. It's okay to have it lower, so see, if you notice, it's still not my highest stat, but it's still a 7. But, if you watch, when I go over here and I click on the mode change button, the Tamer sheet is supposed to be... Oh boy. That's not working right. Something broke. I don't... Okay, so that's not working, and I have fucked this, and I'm gonna have to Control Z. Anyways, so we want to click here, click Light Dramon. And if we do that, something is wrong with this sheet, and I don't know what it is. But it should switch it. So I don't know what is happening here with the mode change. I think I need to have the base and the mode separate as separate things. I think that should fix it. Maybe not. Okay. That's not good. So it works fine, but... Alright, so... The sheet is acting wonky with mode change. I'm also going to bring that... Right, so KRANIC has fixed the willpower expansions. So if you go and actually go back to the base sheet, it'll be fine. It'll work normal. He sorted that. They were just all named wrong. Anyways, I don't know what the issue here is, and I brought it up, and I'm sure he'll fix it because he's awesome and always knows exactly what's wrong and knows how to fix it. But functionally, what it should do is swap this and this. Like, these two numbers should flip when you switch the mode. But basically, our Flame Dramon is going to be able to mode change into Ray Dramon / Light Dramon. Now, what's the thing it turns into? I know it's got a name, and I can't remember what it is. And it's not Pile Dramon, it's another... It's another thing that was... Where's the... There's an entire chart. I need to find it. Excuse me. Now, where's Vmon on this list? Alright. This is what I'm looking for. Sagittarium. I think this had to do with the toys or something, and it just never really materialized. But that makes up our adult levels. So we're going to go up to perfect. And Sagittarium is going to be our perfect level. And Sagittarium is definitely large. I don't know what his thing is, so... He's a mythical beast. Alright, that's weird. Think he's still free? Yeah, so he's still a free type. And he is a virus buster. He's Metal Empire. He has to be, because Flame Dramon and Ray Dramon were, so it makes sense. He could also be a virus buster. Again, as you can see over here, the Vmon line has been everything. It's been in everything. It's just ridiculous. But we're going to keep on with the ranged striker stuff. And we're also going to put something else in. So, first one. Judgment Arrow. So this is the point where we switch from instinct to weapon. Alright? So, first things first, we want signature move, because I want to use signature move, okay? Signature move's cool. We want weapon. Chrome weapon, because the arrows are made of chrome Digizoid. And we're at the level where we can take that. Armor piercing, just a rank of that. And we're probably going to get a little quality heavy here, so bear with me. So, we want 2 ranks of weapon at least. We want 1 rank of signature move, 1 rank of this, a rank of armor piercing, a rank of blast. Range striker. Steel, nature walk steel, just for the extra there. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this level you can start taking data optimizations. Or specializations, rather. Yes. So, we are going to purchase mobile artillery. It's a very pricey one, but if you've got area attacks, you want mobile artillery. It adds your CPU to the damage dealt by area tagged attacks, which is amazing. You could also take sniper if you'd rather go for a more, like, well, Hawkeye type of thing. And I mean, that would work just as well. But yeah, with range striker and mobile artillery, oh boy. This is going to be, like, I don't even have any points yet, and this thing's already at 10d6. Like, that's ridiculous. So we're going to make this one a range damage single target. This is just a simple range attack. This also has weapon, chrome weapon. And this is signature move, which means it's going to be not used first. And then for attack 3... we're going to go with a melee damage attack. And then the last one, we're going to throw on a heal. So we're going to make this a range support regenerate. Now this is going to drive up our cost for qualities. I think that will be our last one. I don't think we can afford it anymore, not really. See, we're already a little over budget. But that's because Signature Move decided to spend itself twice. There's 2 ranks with this. That should help fix things, I think. I should drop it down to 17 or something. Yeah, there we go. That fixed it. Okay, yeah. So that's one of the things here is you don't want to start filling in ranks until you've got all this done. Because then it will do that. But we've got weapon and range striker, mobile artillery. This is redonkulous. But we've got a good, we've got a good thing going on. Healing bolt. I don't know. I feel like we can. I think we can afford one more rank of weapon. I think one more rank of weapon would be worth taking, actually. Since we can at perfect, we can start taking 3 ranks. And I mean, it boosts the accuracy even further for our attacks, so why not? At this point, it couldn't hurt. It only helps. And for a 1-point value, that basically bumps it up. Let me get a drink here real quick. Alright. So here's our perfect level. Sagittarium. No mode change, but that's okay. You could also go with Pale Dramon and Dino Vmon if you want to go that route. Always an option. Always a good option. So we're going to go back to adult. 38856. 8856. Okay, so I think we're also going to buy Chrome Digizoid armor. It's 1 point for effectively 3 points, and we sort of need the health. Because we don't have Instinct anymore, remember? And we're 2 over budget for what is recommended, but it's not that bad of a spend. Because, I mean, you're getting a lot for 1 point. For those 2 points, you're getting a lot, is what I'm going to say. Like, look here. Like, look at this. Judgment Arrow, 19d6. That doesn't seem right. No, wait, it is, because you get 3 from weapon, 2 from Digizoid weapon, that's 5, and then 4 from signature move. The Judgment Arrow is going to be a ridiculous move, but it's a signature move, so you can only use it after the 2nd round. Even so, this still leaves us with 7 points to spend. So, to make up for the loss of what we had, we're going to put 1 more point to this. Armor's fine. Dodge is seriously hurting, so we're going to boost that to 7. And I think that will do it. We might have a few more points, and if we do, they're going to go into accuracy and damage. Because, again, we're going from a little melee thing with child level to ranged striker. And that's a little weird, but as long as the stats are the same, it's not that big a deal. You just have to change your playstyle up a little bit. And again, I like having at least a melee option, which is why I've got, like, generic something like Heel Stomp. It's called, well, he's actually got a move called Meteor Gallop, so we'll just use that. Meteor Gallop. There we go. Done. Okay, so we have 4 points left. and I'm going to put... Actually, I'm going to put one of those in accuracy, because we already have so much extra accuracy on most of our stuff from weapon. I'm going to put one into damage, and then... I think I'm going to put the last one into dodge, just in case. Well, no. See, if I do that, that means our expenditures are going to get wonky. So instead, I'm going to put an extra point to damage. And I don't know why I'm having I have 9 damage with 10 expenditures. There we go, that fixed it. Alright, we're good to go. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so I still have a point left. I'm gonna put that into... I think I'm gonna put that into accuracy. I don't know, that... We already have 20 d6 on the signature move, that's base. Mind you, if the game goes on and you get 30 DP and you put more points in accuracy, you could be looking at like 30 or something. You know what? I'm actually gonna... There's something... Huge power is one of those qualities you usually want to buy later. You like with bonus DP. It's not really worth buying base. Because by the time you reach that point, having it means you can just cope with the fact that everyone's rolling a bajillion dice and then whiffing all their rolls and crying. So I've got 1 point left. I think I'm going to put it into a rank of speedy, actually. My stats are pretty solid, all things considered, and they'll go up when I get bonus DP. So, overall, yeah, this looks good. And the speedy will also negate the penalty that I have from mobile artillery, sort of. My base movement is 10, but I suffer -1, but I get +2. So I have overall, I have maximum movement, basically. This helps negate that penalty a little bit. It fully negates it and gives it a +1 bonus, but I'm still taking a penalty. Which sucks, but, you know, ranged, so I'm not going to be within range a lot of the time anyways. And having a 19 effective limit and 14 regular limit is pretty solid, and it's just going to go up the more points I put into it. Into accuracy, so... Yeah. And with the damage here, ignores 2 armor, that's a solid move. Judgment Arrow is a good move. It's going to be a solid one, and so is, Arrow Shot. You know, all my range stuff is going to be pretty good. A range support regenerate. A regenerate 4, not bad. Being able to heal an ally, that's always good. Which means we're moving on to the ultimate level, which, we're going on to Imperial Dramon. And I'm just going to head over here. Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode. So, yeah. Our perfect level is going to be Impy. Then we got to go down to the mode change bit down here. Right. So we're going to go back into mode change for this, because Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode is cool. Imperial Dramon's just cool in general. It's one of my favorite Digimon. It's up there, man. Definitely top 15, top 10, something like that. Not my top 5. But my top 5 are my top 5. Again, we're going to have armor and swap it with damage. Gonna buy rank of mode change first and foremost. Next, we're going to want flight, which is discounted. We're also going to want. We're going to want armor. We're gonna want armor black. We're going to go with... we're actually going to go with Nature Walk Wind. And show the descriptions, please. We want range striker, mobile artillery. This is going to be a lot of qualities, so bear with me. We're going to want, so the signature move, we're going to have signature move too. So we want... We're going to go with, since it can use, we're going to use, Giga Death as its signature, because that's just a cool sounding attack. Like, Giga, like, I love Digimon attack names, they're so dumb. So we want ranged, damaged, blast. Signature move, weapon. So what does Black Digizoid do? That's the 1d6. We're going to want the... I think we're going to want... See, this is where I'm a bit of a stickler. I think you could get away with either black or gold Digizoid weapon. We want some armor piercing. Just for that little extra... Fuck off. Yeah, gold adds extra range. So... And we don't want to be anywhere near this blast. Might want to grab selective targeting, too, while I'm at it. It's expensive, but I really don't want to blow up my friends. Like, you don't want to blow up your friends with an area attack, especially not with a Mega Level Digimon. And especially not with an Imperial Dramon. Not with the signature move the way this is set up. This is going to be scary. Gold Digizoid is actually really good. It's +1 damage, +4 accuracy, and it gives +5 to range, which is always cool. It's expensive, though, so we're going to want blast. We're going to want signature move. I just like a signature move, again, one of those things I really like. We're going to take all 3 ranks of weapon we can. How much DP have I spent? 20. I think I've got 5 more points, and I might just spend them on BD and teleport. I might go a little over budget, but that's okay. This is going to be ridiculous anyways. I can't get Transporter with my starting DP, but I'll probably pick it up later. Through another expenditure somewhere else. Just because Imperial Dramon's got the whole fast travel thing going for him. So being able to grab people and move. We'll see. I think this works fine. Like, +6 movement is ridiculous. Having Imperial Dramon be fast is really good. So, Positron Laser will... so this is going to be ranged, and we're actually going... I think I'm actually going to forego Teleporter for the moment. I think Teleport can wait. Like, that's like a bonus DP purchase. Especially for the late game. But I would personally rather have, a line attack on my, armor piercing, weaponry gold, signature move 1, weapon 3. There we go. We're gonna make this a range line, weapon, Digizoid weapon. So we've got Positron Laser, which is an area line. Giga Death, which is the I want everything on the map to be dead except my friends move. We're gonna go with Mega Death. That one is just range damage. Well, no, if the other one's weapon, this also has to be weapon. So we're gonna make it weapon. So we've got the big damage. 4 is gonna be the melee attack. Splendor Blade. That's a melee damage. And the last one going to be, I'm going to spend a little bit more on qualities than I probably should, but I tend to do that with megas just because they have so many points and it's I don't need a, I need a range support and I want it to be, where's Vigor? And there we go. Depending on how much that winds up being, I might actually buy an area effect burst. Move 1, weapon 3. Yeah, that looks good. I could also save myself some points by ditching Speedy. I could do that. I'm already... One more point. You know what I'll do? I will drop 1 rank of Speedy because I don't need it, and instead opt for... Burst. A attack burst. Maybe Close Blast would be better. Yeah, Close Blast would be better because he's basically flapping his wings to invigorate his allies with energy or something. At least according to the wiki. Which is still good. And I don't have to auto-buy it because I already bought it normally. And that will put me at 3070, which leaves me with 40 points to spend. 4, 9, 10, 7, 6. 9... So I need to boost my armor more. So that's got to go up to like a 10. That's 20, 29, 36, 40. I think that actually caps me out. Well, then I can actually lower my damage a bit. Because I have so much damage from everything else, I don't really need the damage. And I'd rather have the extra damage when I mode change. Just for the flavor of it. So this will, like, this leaves me with 2 points. I think I'm gonna put 1 into accuracy, and 1 into dodge, and call it a day? I think that works for this guy, yeah. So, yeah, we've got a lot of qualities on this guy. I tend to do that with my megas, but Imperial Dramon Dragon mode can mode change into fighter mode, which will swap his damage with his armor, and his armor with his damage. So, in fighter mode, he'll actually deal more damage. Which is good, which is the intent. Which will boost his damage up to, like, base 19 on his signature. Yeah, So that's... You can get even more creative if you really want. If you spend a few more points on mode change XO and stuff. It's not super necessary for this, though. This is just pretty basic. If you really want to go crazy with mode changes, I recommend something like Justimon, which has a lot of different modes. Justimon's got his different arms, and you could represent those through mode changes. Also, this guy's gigantic. He's not huge. He's big. I think he's an ancient dragon. Yes. Ancient dragon. Free. Obviously Dragon's Roar. That's the ultimate level. So we're gonna go one step further, and we're gonna pick up Super Ultimate. And that it's time for Imperial Dramon Paladin mode. He's also gigantic. But I'm pretty sure he's a vaccine now. Ancient Holy Knight. And he is a... We're going to keep him free just to stick with the rest. And he's going to be a virus buster. Okay, so we're back on this again. So we're going to want... Alright, so we want melee, damage. So we're going to want charge, signature move, weapon, and then this is going to be a gold Digizoid weapon. So we're gonna keep Positron Laser the way it was. Keep it with weapon and gold Digizoid weapon. We're gonna want this to be melee damage. So we've got a regular melee. And for this, we're gonna go. Gonna be a simple melee damage attack. And this one's going to be range support. And we're going to get a regenerate effect. Go back on regenerate. Little inconsistent, but we need extra movement flight. And we want nature. We're actually going with Nature Walk Light here. May never come up, but it's thematically appropriate. You want close combat. Actually, you know what we could do instead? We could opt for a different optimization here. Could go with Guardian. Guardian and what goes around, or I think Speed Striker might actually be better. And uncatchable, actually, hit and run, which will give his signature move even more damage, because that's what he needs, more damage on his signature move. I want armor pierce on that move too, actually. I'm trying to emulate that scene from the sequel to our war game with it. Armor piercing. Gonna wait for the armor piercing to load down here. Line. Armor piercing 3. Regenerate. Charge. Gold Digizoid weaponry. Signature move. And 3 ranks. 3 ranks of weapon. Which will round out this set up nicely. And also make all of his attacks insanely good. Look at this. That's ridiculous. And if he charges, he gets his however far he moved. Which means we might want to invest with Speed Striker. That's... I'm tempted to invest in a few ranks of Speedy, because we haven't really spent a lot on qualities. Alright, armor. Armor. Digioid armor... There is no white Digizoid armor, so the closest we're going to be able to get is gold. We'll go with that. And Speedy. We're just going to see if we can maximize how fast we can go. Go fast. Look, with 3 ranks of Speedy, you're looking at a base of... You're looking at a lot of movement. Like, that is a lot of movement. And with that much movement, if you can get a full, if you can do the full line, if you can do the full charge attack with your signature move from 22, you're literally looking at where is it? Hit and run. It just adds the ram to the damage. That's still, you know, then I guess a couple of ranks of Speedy, and maybe actually, you know what might be good? Hybrid drive, actually. Let's do that. We'll go hybrid drive, rank 1, and pick up something from close combat. We can pick up Flurry. I don't know. I don't really need hybrid drive. It doesn't do anything. So, I mean, it's just... I don't need anything else. But I mean... You know what? I might actually just buy 2 ranks of Certain Strike. Actually, that might be a good fit, and then throw those on the signature move. Just go all out on this. This is like your extra form. It's probably never going to be used, and it's really, really good. But Certain Strike on that, ooh, baby. That's going to be spicy. And I think that's good. That leaves 55 points to spend. So let's 4, 10, 8, 8, 10. Well, I hit 9 instead, but that's only 2 over, which is not going to change much. I might as well grab the 3rd rank of Speedy while I'm at it, just so I can buy Teleporter later, because that could be really good. I could actually make Omega Restoration a blast move, and I might. I'm gonna take Area Attack Blast, screw it. And, go ahead and throw that on, a Mega Restoration. Couldn't hurt. Might as well give him a blast heal and maybe throw selective targeting on for good measure, just in case. Just in case, so I don't heal my enemies. Also, it works the line, so yeah. It's gonna boost it up to 35-43 split and leave me with like 12 points left. So we want damage to go up to 12, 12, 5. Oh, what did I do this time? I keep dragging these upwards instead of doing what I'm trying to do. Yeah, it's gonna take a minute to fix this. But it will in a second. Yeah, okay. So I got 2 points left. We're gonna put one of those into dodge. And one of those into armor. Oh boy. So, yeah, that's, with that, I just need to go cover the little baby forms. And that will be that. And also throw a character synopsis in there. Also do the colors. I forgot the colors. I always forget the colors. It's a little detail, but, you know, it looks nice. So, with that, we just head back to Child, then go to Baby 2, and obviously... Excuse me, again. Head over to Chibiman. And they all have, like, acid spit and stuff. He's got a melee attack. You shouldn't have a melee attack on these little guys. Hop attack. Rams into FO. And we're going to make this a charge attack. Did a spit. And give him a ranged move. There we go. And 1 point on qualities. Now, what did the child have? So, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 1, 2. And a rank of charge attack. There we go. See, the in-training Digimon are super easy to do. Take very little effort. So we want the free type. And they're, I think it's like a baby dragon. Yeah. Joey Wheeler's favorite Digimon. And obviously it's gonna be... Did he have it? He doesn't have one. Okay. Does not have a field. And the sheet color is blue. And that leaves me with 4 points, so we're gonna 3, 2, 3, 2. There we go. Squishy little bastard, but he's in training. What do you expect? The rank of charge attack. You bonk people now. Can't really dodge though, but that's to be expected, unfortunately. And then we go to Chikomon, which is a tiny little blue ball. Chikomon, then we go to no field. I think it's slime. Yeah. I'm... So yeah. And it's also tiny. And since they only have 5, you just put 1 point into everything. And make it arranged. Not like this form is going to come up that much in most games, but never hurts. Never ever hurts to have this ready. I would personally recommend you always have all your forms ready. Even if you're never going to use Super Ultimate or Baby 1, if they never come up, fine, good. But if they do, and you don't have them ready, everyone will get mad at you. Also, the ranges. Woo! Big range. There's the nice big blast radii, and... Yeah, so what we have here is a Tamer who is not that bright, not a very gracious winner, but he means well, and he's got a good willpower. All you need is some art, and you can either commission that or draw it yourself or find some art online. I'm sure if you go somewhere, you could like a Boru or something, you could find something, or just Google search. Just have safe search on. Because it's anime. There's some really not so nice safe animes out there. But yeah, overall, this is a solid character. He would be, he'd fare pretty well, I think. But, I'm gonna link this in the video once I re-upload this to YouTube in the description so people can look at it. But yes, oh, also, yes, mode change is currently broken. Just got word from KRANIC, actually like half an hour ago, but I had the Discord covered up by the PDF, so I didn't see it. But, KRANIC noted that mode change is broken, and he's been putting off fixing it, but he'll get to it, I'm sure. But he did fix the willpower stuff. He fixed all the trees. So that's done. Anyways, yeah, so for character synopsis, we're gonna say... There we go, that's a good enough synopsis for the basics. So before he met his... So it's more of a Tamer situation where the Digimon are coming through. He's just a normal high schooler, good at sports. Till his, he met Vmon, and the two paired up, and now they're fighting off invading Digimon. And they temper each other's worst qualities. Whereas Vmon is more... That gives Vmon a little bit of depth by making it so that his backstory's got some not so great in it. where before he met his current human partner, his previous Digimon friend, he failed to protect them, and leave that a little ambiguous. That gives the GM room to work and, you know, leave some ambiguity so that maybe they could show up as an antagonist later down the line, or just show up again in general. You know, give your GM that kind of stuff to work with. But yeah, that's how you do a character creation. Now, we're gonna say, let's say it's been a few sessions, and we're gonna go here and hit. You go over to XP rewarded and DP rewarded. And we're going to say that they've been awarded 15 XP. And, well, it's supposed to be about 2 to 1, so it would be 30 XP and 15 DP. So now that he's got some more, he's got some XP to spend, I think it's time to spend some of that XP. So we're going to spend 1, which that costs 12. And we're also going to boost his charisma to 5, which will cost another 10, so that's 22. He's got 8 points left. If I'm not mistaken, that's 10. Yeah, it's 10 to 10, and then 2 times the new one here would be 8, which would be 30, which would boost agility to 4. Not really a worthwhile investment. So we're going to put another point here, which would be a 4. And then you get 4 with 4 points left. I'd say make the last one Persuade. And by doing that, not only does it boost his charisma and unlock Swagger, it also unlocks Challenger and Next Order. So if we look at his actions, you get Challenger, which gives you extra boon boxes at the start of a fight, and also Next Order, which is a skill, one of the skill expansion things. So you can now direct other people's Digimon as if they were your own, which is actually really good, and it gives your if you've got a high charisma human, it's good for that. So with these changes, he's come a ways, developed his leadership skills a little more, and his willpower has only gotten stronger since. Now, for his partner, his base form is still Vmon, so that's not changed. But we're going to say that he spends 2 here, 2 here, which leaves him with 11 left. So then another 2 here to balance it out. And then we're going to boost up accuracy by another 2. And health is going to actually go up by 4, which will make the total spent 12. Which leaves 3 left. So we'll put 1 more into 5, make that a +5 to boost health. 1 more to accuracy. And I think that does it. 8, 10, 12, 14, 1 more. And we're going to put that last one into armor, because he's got some mode changes down the line. And as you can see, now that we're going to wait for it to finish loading, because it's going to take a minute. And it will eventually go to 15 down here. Hopefully. Because that's what it is. That's 10, 15, yeah. So there we go. And as you can see, that boosts his stats here. However, if we go to his other stages, that means all his other stages get a similar boost. which means his damage at this mode when he's in fighter mode is way stronger. And these are big numbers, man. Like, look at this. Yeah, see, as you can see, it inherits the bonus DP here. This transfers over provided you've got this over here set to the base form. And if we were to change the base form, say we wanted it to, say he wanted to keep his base form as Flame Dramon, which he could do with 15 bonus DP, if the GM allows it, he could go over here and just click the drop down, pick Flame Dramon, and be good to go. And then he'd just have to go over to the all the other ones and change them to Flame Dramon. He changed this one to Current, and then he changed the other ones to Flame Dramon. But yeah, that's how you make a character in DDA. I hope this is at least somewhat useful, even with all the hiccups and some of the issues with the sheet currently. That I know KRANIC is going to get worked out ASAP, because he's on top of that stuff. I've talked to him before and mentioned stuff, and he's been like, yeah, oh, that's an issue. Real quick, I just want to say thanks for whoever stuck around to the end. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'd like you to throw a like on there, subscribe if you haven't, and keep an eye out. I'm going to be going back to my normal Tuesday, Thursday streams, and if I can get the players for it and maybe set the expectations, I might even try streaming a game of DDA or something on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Get that out there, but not going to be like a Critical Role affair where everything is very, I guess the term is railroady. I don't know. From what I hear of it, there's a lot of like ignoring the dice and, you know, things like that. And I mean, this system's a bit better about it with stuff like Inspiration and Fateful Intervention, so it's not super necessary. I do run my games kind of hard though. I may have to reel it back and really stick to the stuff in the book, because a lot of my games tend to run the players pretty hard. So, yeah, you know, if you've watched my video series or the stream and there's interest, you can feel free to leave a comment on one of my YouTube videos, specifically this one, once it's up, and you know, let me know that you're interested, and maybe I can organize something and stream it, and upload it to YouTube. I'd have to have some time, take some time to come up with stuff, but you know, it might be interesting to have a game that's been recorded that's not D&D. But for now, that's all, and I'll see you guys Tuesday.